The light in the apartment window glows above the quiet street. A little square of golden color in the evening's fading blue. People hurry past below it, heading somewhere warm and bright, while the city slowly settles into another summer night. The traffic fades, the shadows grow, and somewhere in the distance a train is moving slow. The light in the apartment window always made the city feel smaller, like no matter how far I wandered, there was somewhere I belong. The light in the apartment window stayed shining through the night, like a quiet reminder everything would be alright. Curtains move behind the glass, touched by the evening breeze. Someone waters flowers on a balcony above the sleeping trees. The radio plays a distant melody, too soft to clearly hear, but somehow it feels familiar, like a memory drawing near. The traffic fades, the shadows grow, and somewhere in the distance a train is moving slow. The light in the apartment window always made the city feel smaller, like no matter how far I wandered, there was somewhere I belonged. The light in the apartment window stayed shining through the night, like a quiet reminder everything would be alright. Maybe comfort isn't a destination, maybe it's a small light waiting patiently at the end of an ordinary day. The light in the apartment window always made the city feel smaller, not because it changed the world, but because it changed me. The light in the apartment window still glows inside my mind, and whenever the evening comes, I know what I will find. The city grows quiet, the stars appear, and the light remains. The light in the apartment window glows above the quiet street, a little square of golden color in the evening's fading blue. People hurry past below it, heading somewhere warm and bright, while the city slowly settles into another summer night. The traffic fades, the shadows grow, and somewhere in the distance a train is moving slow. The light in the apartment window always made the city feel smaller, like no matter how far I wandered, there was somewhere I belonged. The light in the touched by the evening breeze. Someone waters flowers on a balcony above the sleeping trees. The radio plays a distant melody, too soft to clearly hear, but somehow it feels familiar, like a memory drawing near. The traffic fades, the shadows grow, and somewhere in the distance a train is moving slow. The light in the apartment window always made the city feel smaller, like no matter how far I wandered, there was somewhere I belonged. The light in the apartment window stayed shining through the night, like a quiet reminder everything would be alright. Maybe comfort isn't a destination, maybe it's a small light waiting patiently at the end of an ordinary day. The light in the apartment window always made the city feel smaller. Not because it changed the world, but because it changed me. The light in the apartment window still glows inside my mind, and whenever the evening comes, I know what I will find. The city grows quiet, the stars appear, and the light remains. The book I never finished still waits beside the bed, its pages slightly yellowed with words I haven't read. A bookmark rests between the chapters where I stopped so long ago, like a small piece of yesterday, refusing to let go. Outside the window, summer rain begins, softly tapping stories against the glass again. Some stories stay unfinished because they never truly end. They linger in old pages, like the voices of old friends. Some stories stay unfinished long after we've moved on, and somehow when I open them, the years are never gone. The lamp casts circles on the wallpaper as midnight settles in. A photograph slips from the pages hidden deep within. Handwriting upon the back has started fading now, but seeing it tonight still brings a smile somehow. Outside the window, summer rain begins, softly tapping stories against the glass again. Some stories stay unfinished because they never truly end. They linger in old pages, like the voices of old friends. Some stories stay unfinished long after we've moved on, and somehow when I open them, the years are never gone. Maybe memories are like books we return to again and again, not searching for the ending, but for the feeling they left behind. Some stories stay unfinished because they never truly end. They live between the pages and the places we have been. Some stories stay unfinished, yet somehow remain complete, like an old book waiting quietly beside an empty sea. The rain grows softer, the lamp burns low, and the story remains. The book I never finished still waits beside the bed, its pages slightly yellowed with words I haven't read. A bookmark rests between the chapters where I stopped so long ago, like a small piece of yesterday refusing to let go. Outside the window, summer rain begins, softly tapping stories against the glass again. Some stories stay unfinished because they never truly end. They linger in old pages like the voices of old friends. Some stories stay unfinished long after we've moved on, and somehow when I open them, the years are never gone. The lamp casts circles on the wallpaper as midnight settles in. A photograph slips from the pages, hidden deep within. The handwriting upon the back has started fading now, but seeing it tonight still brings a smile somehow. Outside the window, summer rain begins, softly tapping stories against the glass again. Some stories stay unfinished because they never truly end. They linger in old pages like the voices of old friends. Some stories stay unfinished long after we've moved on, and somehow when I open them, the years are never gone. Maybe memories are like books we return to again and again, not searching for the ending, but for the feeling they left behind. Some stories stay unfinished because they never truly end. They live between the pages and the places we have been. Some stories stay unfinished, yet somehow remain complete, like an old book waiting quietly beside an empty sea. feet. The rain grows softer, the lamp burns low, and the story remains. Rain on the balcony rail, silver in the city light, falling through the summer darkness on a quiet Friday night. The apartment windows shimmer across the street in shades of gold, like little stories glowing softly behind the glass and curtain folds. The coffee grows cold, the music plays low, and somewhere in the rain the years begin to show. The rain kept falling and the night kept remembering every summer promise, every song we used to sing. The rain kept falling against the balcony rail, and somehow every drop seemed to tell the same old tale. A train moves slowly through the distance, its lights fading through the rain. The city wears a softer face when the streets begin to gleam. A forgotten melody returns from a radio nearby, and suddenly 1,000 moments pass before my eyes. The coffee grows cold, the music plays low, and somewhere in the rain the years begin to show. The rain kept falling and the night kept remembering every summer promise, every song we used to sing. The rain kept falling against the balcony rail, and somehow every drop seemed to tell the same old tale. Maybe rain remembers things that people leave behind. Maybe that's why certain nights feel larger than time. The rain kept falling and the night kept remembering the laughter from the open windows, the dreams of younger days. The rain kept falling beneath the city lights, and for a little while the whole world felt beautiful tonight. The rain grows softer, the city grows still, and the memory remains. Rain on the balcony rail, silver in the city light, falling through the summer darkness on a quiet Friday night. The apartment windows shimmer across the street in shades of gold, like little stories glowing softly behind the glass and curtain folds. The coffee grows cold, the music plays low, and somewhere in the rain the years begin to show. The rain kept falling and the night kept remembering every summer promise, every song we used to sing. tell the same old tale. A train moves slowly through the distance, its lights fading through the rain. The city wears a softer face when the streets begin to gleam. A forgotten melody returns from a radio nearby, and suddenly 1,000 moments pass before my eyes. The coffee grows cold, the music plays low, and somewhere in the rain, the years begin to show. Summer promise, every song we used to sing. The rain kept falling against the balcony rail, and somehow every drop seemed to tell the same old tale. Maybe rain remembers things that people leave behind. That's why certain nights feel larger than time. The rain kept falling and the night kept remembering the laughter from the open windows, the dreams of younger days. The rain kept falling beneath the city lights, and for a the whole world felt beautiful tonight. The rain grows softer, the city grows still, and the memory remains. The missed call at 10 o'clock still glows upon the screen. One small circle of light in the quiet room between. The television flickers softly without a sound I hear, while the summer night beyond the window feels strangely near. Some moments last only a second, yet stay with us for years. The missed call stayed on the screen long after the moment was gone, like a door left slightly open after everyone moved on. The missed call stayed on the screen beneath the pale blue light, and somehow all the words we never said filled the room that night. The clock keeps moving toward midnight. The city slowly falls asleep. A train passes through the darkness like a memory I can keep. I wonder what you wanted to say. I wonder where you were. Some questions fade with time, but some remain a blur. Some moments last only a second, yet stay with us for years. The missed call stayed on the screen long after the moment was gone, like a door left slightly open after still remember. The missed call stayed on the screen, though the years have drifted by, like a photograph hidden in a drawer, too meaningful to throw away. The missed call stayed on the screen, inside my memory, and every now and then I still wonder what might have been. The room grows still, the night grows deep, and the screen goes dark. The missed call at 10 o'clock still glows upon the screen. One small circle of light in the quiet room between. The television flickers softly without a sound I hear, while the summer night beyond the window feels strangely near. Some moments last only a second, yet stay with us for years. The missed call stayed on the screen long after the moment was gone, like a door left slightly open after everyone moved on. The missed call stayed on the screen beneath the pale blue light, and somehow all the words we never said filled the room that night. The clock keeps moving toward midnight. The city slowly falls asleep. A train passes through the darkness like a memory I can't keep. I wonder what you wanted to say. I wonder where you were. Some questions fade with time, but some remain a blur. Some moments last only a second, yet stay with us for years. The missed call stayed on the screen long after the moment was gone, like a door left slightly open after everyone moved on. The missed call stayed on the screen beneath the pale blue light, and somehow all the words we never said filled the room that night. Perhaps not every story ends with answers. Perhaps some simply become part of us, a quiet echo, a passing light, a name we still remember. The missed call stayed on the screen, though the years have drifted by, like a photograph hidden in a drawer, too meaningful to throw away. The missed call stayed on the screen inside my memory, and every now and then I still wonder what might have been. The room grows still, the night grows deep, and the screen goes dark. The piano from upstairs begins to play at 9:30, floating through the ceiling like a visitor from another time. The melody is slow and gentle, neither happy nor sad, just the kind of song that finds the places memories have been. The city outside keeps moving on, but inside this room, time feels gone. The piano from upstairs always seemed to know exactly how I felt without a single word. The piano from upstairs filled the quiet air, turning ordinary evenings into something rare. A lamp glows softly on the bookshelf beside a cup of tea. The rain has finally stopped falling, leaving silver on the street. Someone closes a window nearby as the summer breeze grows cool, and every note drifting downward feels calm and beautiful. The city outside keeps moving on, but inside this room, time feels gone. The piano from upstairs always seemed to know exactly how I felt without a single word. The piano from upstairs filled the quiet air, turning ordinary evenings into something rare. Maybe music understands us before we understand ourselves. Maybe that's why certain melodies stay with us forever. The piano from upstairs still echoes in my mind, like a light left glowing in another room. The piano from upstairs made the night feel warm, and somehow every note helped carry me home. The last note lingers, the hallway grows still, and the night breathes softly. The piano from upstairs begins to play at 9:30, floating through the ceiling like a visitor from another time. The melody is slow and gentle, neither happy nor sad, just the kind of song that finds the places memories have been. The city outside keeps moving on, but inside this room, time feels gone. The piano from upstairs always seems to know exactly how I felt without a single word. The piano from upstairs filled the quiet air, turning ordinary evenings into something rare. moving silver on the street. Someone closes a window nearby as the summer breeze grows cool, and every note drifting downward feels calm and beautiful. The city outside keeps moving on, but inside this room, time feels gone. The piano from upstairs always seemed to know exactly how I felt without a single word. The piano from upstairs filled the quiet air, turning ordinary evenings into something rare. Maybe music understands us before we understand ourselves. Maybe that's why certain melodies stay with us forever. The piano from upstairs still echoes in my mind, like a light left glowing in another room. The piano from upstairs made the night feel warm, and somehow every note helped carry me home. The last note lingers, the hallway grows still, and the night breathes softly. Midnight streets are nearly empty beneath the glow of scattered lights. Storefront signs have all gone dark except a few that brave the night. A taxi rolls beyond the corner, its headlights fading into blue. The city feels less like a stranger than it usually does. The traffic's gone, the noise is gone, and for the first time today I hear my thoughts. The midnight streets never asked where I was going. Oh, I stayed so long. They simply stretched before me beneath the quiet sky, and somehow that was enough to keep me moving on. The midnight streets never asked who I used to be, they only carried me forward, one step at a time. A convenience store remains open, casting light upon the road. Someone drinks coffee by the window while the night unfolds. A newspaper tumbles through the alley, moved by the summer breeze, and somewhere a distant radio plays a melody for no one. The traffic's gone, the noise is gone, and for the first time today I hear my thoughts. The midnight streets never asked where I was going, or why I stayed so long. They simply stretched before me beneath the quiet sky, and somehow that was enough to keep me moving on. The midnight streets never asked who I used to be, they only carried me forward, one step at a time. Perhaps healing isn't arriving somewhere breathe. The midnight streets never asked for anything at all, yet somehow walking through them helped me leave behind the weight I carried all day long. The street lights glow, the night grows thin, and the road goes on. The midnight streets where I was going, or why I stayed so long. They simply stretched before me beneath the quiet sky, and somehow that was enough to keep me moving on. The midnight streets never asked who I used to be. They only carried me forward, one step at a time. A convenience store remains open, casting light upon the road. Someone drinks coffee by the window while the night unfolds. A newspaper tumbles through the alley, moved by the summer breeze. And somewhere a distant radio plays a melody for no one. The traffic's gone, the noise is gone, and for the first time today I hear my thoughts. The midnight streets never asked where I was going, or why I stayed so long. They simply stretched before me beneath the quiet sky, and somehow that was enough to keep me moving on. The midnight streets never asked who I used to be. They only carried me forward, one step at a time. Perhaps healing isn't arriving somewhere. Perhaps it's learning to enjoy the walk even after midnight. The midnight streets never asked where tomorrow might lead. They simply offered silence and a little room to breathe. The midnight streets never asked for anything at all, yet somehow walking through them helped me leave behind the weight I carry all day long. The street lights glow, the night grows thin, and the road goes Beyond the window, the city sleeps, wrapped beneath a blanket of silver streets. The curtains move gently in the midnight air, and somewhere above the rooftops, the stars are there. One light, then another, scattered across the sky, like small reminders we're never truly alone. Beyond the window, the stars were still waiting, patient as the night, quiet as a dream. Beyond the window, the stars were still waiting, shining through the darkness just to be seen. The apartment building stands silent, their windows glowing soft and low. Somebody turns the final page of a book before letting go. A train moves through the distance, a faint line of moving light, then disappears beyond the city into the summer night. One light, then another, scattered across the sky, like small reminders we're never truly alone. Beyond the window, the stars were still waiting, patient as the night, quiet as a dream. Beyond the window, the stars were still waiting, shining through the darkness just to be seen. Maybe hope doesn't arrive loudly, maybe it arrives like a single star, appearing after sunset, when we least expect it. Beyond the window, the stars were still waiting, above every memory, above every fear. Beyond the window, the stars were still waiting, and somehow the future felt a little closer than before. The city grows still, the stars shine on, and the night feels kind. Beyond the window, the city sleeps, wrapped beneath a blanket of silver streets. The curtains move gently in the midnight air, and somewhere above the rooftops, the stars are there. One light, then another, scattered across the sky, like small reminders we're never truly alone. Beyond the window, the stars were still waiting, patient as the night, quiet as a dream. Beyond the window, the stars were still waiting, shining through the darkness just to be seen. The apartment building stands silent, their windows glowing soft and low. page of a book before letting go. A train moves through the distance, a faint line of moving light, then disappears beyond the city into the summer night. One light, then another, scattered across the sky like small reminders we're never truly alone. Beyond the window, the stars were still waiting, patient as the night, quiet as a dream. Beyond the window, the stars were still waiting, shining through the darkness just to be seen. Maybe hope doesn't arrive loudly, maybe it arrives like a single star appearing after sunset, when we least expect it. Beyond the window, the stars were still waiting, above every memory, above every fear. Beyond the window, the stars were still waiting, and somehow the future felt a little closer than before. The city grows still, the stars shine on, and the night feels kind. The lamp left on beside the window casts a circle on the floor, a quiet golden piece of evening waiting by the door. The city has already fallen silent beneath the summer sky, and somewhere in the distance the last train passes by. The houses sleep, the streets grow still, and every worry feels smaller now. The lamp stayed on as if it knew I would come home late, through crowded days, through endless nights, through every twist of fate. The lamp stayed on like a gentle hand reaching through the dark, and somehow all the weight I carried began to fall apart. A book remains upon the table beside an empty cup of tea. The curtains move with midnight breezes, soft as memory. The photographs upon the shelf glow faintly in the light, like small reminders of everything that turned out right. The houses sleep, the streets grow still, and every worry feels small. Crowded days, through endless nights, through every twist of fate. The lamp stayed on like a gentle hand reaching through the dark, and somehow all the weight I carried began to refusing to give up on us. The lamp stayed on as if it knew I would find my way back home. Not to yesterday, not to the past, but to a place where I belong. The lamp stayed on through every season, every year gone by, and standing there within its glow, I finally understood why the smallest lights can guide us through the longest nights. The lamp still shines, the night grows deep, and the heart comes home. The lamp left on beside the window casts a circle on the floor, a quiet golden piece of evening waiting by the door. The city has already fallen silent beneath the summer sky, and somewhere in the distance the last train passes by. The houses sleep, the streets grow still, and every worry feels smaller now. The lamp stayed on as if it knew I would come home late, through crowded days, through endless nights, through every twist of fate. The lamp stayed on like a gentle hand reaching through the dark, and somehow all the weight I carried began to fall apart. Remains upon the table beside an empty cup of tea. The curtains move with midnight breezes, soft as memory. The photographs upon the shelf glow faintly in the light, like small reminders of everything that turned out right. The house is asleep, the streets grow still, and every worry feels smaller now. The lamp stayed on as if it knew I would come home late, through crowded days, through endless nights, through every twist of fate. The lamp stayed on like a gentle hand reaching through the dark, and somehow all the weight I carried began to fall apart. Maybe love isn't always spoken, maybe sometimes it looks like this: a small light waiting patiently long after midnight, refusing to give up on us. The lamp stayed on as if it knew I would find my way back home. Not to yesterday, not to the past, but to a place where I belong. The lamp stayed on through every season, every year gone by, and standing there within its glow, I The lamp still shines. The night grows deep, and the heart comes home. The bridge across the evening river glows beneath the setting sun. The water gathers pieces of gold as another day is done. Bicycles pass along the pathway, their shadows stretching long and thin. The city slowly softens behind me as the evening settles in. The sky turns amber, the wind grows light, and every step feels slower in the fading light. Every evening the bridge carried me a little closer to home. Across the river, across the memories, across the roads I've known. Every evening the bridge carried me beneath the painted sky, and somehow the worries of the day would quietly pass by. A fisherman waits near the shoreline, watching ripples drift away. The first lights shine from distant windows at the end of the day. Swallows circle above the water, then disappear into the blue. And for a moment the whole world feels simple and true. The sky turns amber, the wind grows light, and every step feels slower in the fading light. Every evening the bridge carried me a little closer to home. Across the river, across the memories, across the roads I've known. Every evening the bridge carried me beneath the painted sky, and somehow the worries of the day would quietly pass by. Maybe home is not a destination. Maybe it's the feeling that waits at the end of familiar roads when the daylight begins to fade. Every evening the bridge carried me a little closer to home. Not to yesterday, not to the past, but to where I belong. Every evening the bridge carried me through the golden light, and every crossing felt like turning one more page of life. The river keeps flowing, the sunset grows dim, and the bridge remains. The bridge across the evening river glows beneath the setting sun. The water gathers pieces of gold as another day is done. Bicycles pass along the pathway, their shadows stretching long and thin. The city slowly softens behind me as the evening settles in. The sky turns amber, the wind grows light, and every step feels slower in the fading light. Every evening the bridge carried me a little closer to home, across the river, across the memories, across the roads I've known. Every evening the bridge carried me beneath the painted sky, and somehow all the worries of the day would quietly pass by. Shoreline, watching ripples drift away. The first light shine from distant windows at the end of the day. Swallows circle above the water, then disappear into the blue, and for a moment the whole world feels simple and true. The sky turns amber, and every step feels slower in the fading light. Every evening the bridge carried me a little closer to home, across the river, across the memories, across the roads I've known. Every evening the bridge carried me beneath the painted sky, and somehow the day would quietly pass by. Maybe home is not a destination, maybe it's the feeling that waits at the end of familiar roads when the daylight begins to fade. Every evening the bridge carried me a little closer to home, not to yesterday, not to the past, but to where I belong. Every evening the bridge carried me through the golden light, and every crossing felt like turning one more page of life. The river keeps flowing, the sunset grows dim, and the bridge remains. The radio by the kitchen window wakes before the morning sun, playing songs from years ago, before the day has even begun. The kettle hums upon the stove, a gentle rhythm in the air. The curtains move with the summer breeze, like they have no place to be. Outside the neighborhood is waking, one light at a time, and somewhere an old melody starts crossing through my mind. The old radio knew every song my heart forgot, every summer afternoon, every dream I thought I'd lost. The old radio knew how to bring them back again, one familiar melody, and the years begin to bend. A bicycle rolls down the alley, past the market on the corner street. A woman waters flowers by the gate. As the day arrives gently, the sunlight reaches through the window and settles on the wooden floor. And somewhere an old melody starts crossing through my mind. The old radio knew every song my heart forgot, every summer afternoon, every dream I thought I'd lost. The old radio knew how to bring them back again. One familiar melody, and the years begin to bend. Maybe that's why we keep old songs, not because they belong to the past, but because they help us remember the parts of ourselves that never left. The old radio knew every road I've traveled on, every season of my life, every place I've ever gone. The old radio knew what the silence couldn't say, and somehow through its fading speaker, everything felt okay. The kettle grows quiet, the morning moves on, and the radio plays. The radio by the kitchen window wakes before the morning sun, playing songs from years ago, before the day has even begun. The kettle hums upon the stove, a gentle rhythm in the air. The curtains move with the summer breeze, like they have no place to be. Outside, the neighborhood is waking, one light at a time, and somewhere an old melody starts crossing through my mind. The old radio knew every song my heart forgot, every summer afternoon, every dream I thought I'd lost. The old radio knew how to bring them back again, one familiar melody, and the years begin to bend. A bicycle rolls down the alley, past the market on the corner street. A woman waters flowers by the gate as the day arrives gently. The sunlight reaches through the window and settles on the wooden floor, the same way it always did 20 years before. Outside, the neighborhood is waking, one light at a time, and somewhere an old melody starts crossing through my mind. The old radio knew every song my heart forgot, every summer afternoon, every dream I thought I'd lost. The old radio knew how to bring them back again, one familiar melody, and the years begin to bend. Maybe that's why we keep old songs, not because they belong to the past, but because they help us remember the parts of ourselves that never left. The old radio knew every road I've traveled on, every season of my life, every place I've ever gone. The old radio knew what the silence couldn't say, and somehow through its fading speaker, everything felt okay. The kettle grows quiet, the morning moves on, and the radio plays. Maple Street is turning golden beneath the evening sky. Shop windows catch the sunlight as the day goes drifting by. A florist pulls the shutters down, a bicycle rolls past, the smell of bread from the corner bakery makes the moment last. The traffic slows, the shadows grow, and somewhere from an open doorway, music starts to flow. When the sunset touched Maple Street, everything felt a little kinder. The lights came on, the sky turned gold, and the world grew softer than before. When the sunset touched Maple Street, the whole town seemed to breathe, and for a little while there was nowhere else I'd rather be. Children chased the last of daylight across the narrow lane. Neighbors wave from garden fences before the evening rain. A cat sleeps near the bookstore window, dreaming through the fading light. And every ordinary moment feels beautiful tonight. The traffic slows, the shadows grow, and somewhere from an open doorway, music starts to flow. When the sunset touched Maple Street, everything felt a little kinder. The lights came on, the sky turned gold, and the world grew softer than before. When the sunset touched Maple Street, the whole town seemed to breathe, and for a little while there was nowhere else I'd rather be. Maybe peace is not a distant place, maybe it lives right here, in familiar streets and familiar faces at the end of an ordinary day. When the sunset touched Maple Street, everything felt a little kinder. The bakery lights, the passing smiles, the evening in the air. When the sunset touched Maple Street, I finally understood how small moments quietly become the memories we keep. The street grows calm, the sky grows deep, and the evening settles in. Maple Street is turning golden beneath the evening sky. Shop windows catch the sunlight as the day goes drifting by. A florist pulls the shutters down, a bicycle rolls past, the smell of bread from the corner bakery makes the moment last. The traffic slows, the shadows grow, and somewhere from an open doorway, music starts to flow. When the sunset touched Maple Street, everything felt a little kinder. The lights came on, the sky turned gold, and the world grew softer than before. Maple Street, the whole town seemed to breathe. And for a little while, there was nowhere else I'd rather be. Children chased the last of daylight across the narrow lane. Neighbors waved from garden fences before the evening rain. A cat sleeps near the bookstore window, dreaming through the fading light. And every ordinary moment feels beautiful tonight. The traffic slows, the shadows grow, and somewhere from an open doorway, music starts to flow. When the sunset touched Maple Street, everything felt a little kinder. The lights came on, the sky turned gold, and the world grew softer than before. When the sunset touched Maple Street, the whole town seemed to breathe. And for a little while, there was nowhere else I'd rather be. Maybe peace is not a distant place. Maybe it lives right here in familiar streets and familiar faces at the end of an ordinary day. When the sunset touched Maple Street, everything felt a little kinder. The bakery lights, the passing smiles, the evening in the air. When the sunset touched Maple Street, I finally understood how small moments quietly become the memories we keep. The street grows calm, the sky grows deep, and the evening settles in. The last bus stop before home waits beneath the fading light. The schedule board is weathered by 1,000 ordinary nights. The evening rain has just stopped falling, leaving silver on the street. Reflections gather in the puddles beneath the passing feet. Cars disappear into the distance one by one, and suddenly the city feels a little less loud. The last bus stop always knew who was trying to be strong. The tired smiles, the silent sighs at the end of days too long. The last bus stop always knew the stories people never told, standing beneath its yellow light in the evening cold. A convenience store across the road glows softly through the glass. Someone buys a warm cup of coffee as another bus rolls past. A woman closes up her flower stand near the corner by the sign. The sky grows deeper shades of blue as the city leaves behind. Cars disappear into the distance one by one, and suddenly the city feels a little less loud. The last bus stop always knew who was trying to be strong. The tired smiles, the silent sighs at the end of days too long. The last bus stop always knew isn't emptiness. Perhaps it's simply the space between where we are and where we're going. At the end of the day, the last bus stop always knew how far some hearts had come, through crowded streets, through endless weeks, through days that felt undone. The last bus stop always knew and somehow stayed the same, waiting quietly beneath the light for tomorrow to begin again. The bus arrives, the doors unfold, and the city drifts away. The last bus stop before home waits beneath the fading light. The schedule board is weathered by 1,000 ordinary nights. The evening rain has just stopped falling, leaving silver on the street. Reflections gather in the puddles beneath the passing feet. Cars disappear into the distance, one by one, and suddenly the city feels a little less loud. The last bus stop always knew who was trying to be strong. The tired smiles, the silent sighs, at the end of days too long. The last bus stop always knew the stories people never told, standing beneath its yellow light in the evening cold. A convenience store across the road glows softly through the glass. Someone buys a warm cup of coffee as another bus rolls past. A woman closes up her flower stand near the corner by the sign. The sky grows deeper shades of blue as the city leaves behind. Cars disappear into the distance, one by one, and suddenly the city feels a little less loud. The last bus stop always knew who was trying to be strong. The tired smiles, the silent sighs, at the end of days too long. The last bus stop always knew the stories people never told, standing beneath its yellow light in the evening cold. Perhaps loneliness is an emptiness. Perhaps it's simply the space between where we are and where we're going at the end of the day. The last bus stop always knew how far some hearts had come, through crowded streets, through endless weeks, through days that felt undone. The last bus stop always knew and somehow stayed the same, waiting quietly beneath the light for tomorrow to begin again. The bus arrives, the doors unfold, the city drifts away. 6 o'clock upon the city clock. The sky is fading into blue. The cafe windows glow like lanterns against the evening view. A cup of coffee waits beside me, sending little curls of steam, while the last light of the afternoon slips quietly downstream. The rush of the day begins to fade, like footprints disappearing along the rain-washed pavement. At 6 o'clock, the coffee was warm, and the world finally slowed down. The lights came on, the sky grew soft, and silence settled through the town. At 6 o'clock, the coffee was warm like an old familiar friend, and for a little while there was nowhere else I needed to be. Outside, the buses keep moving across the bridge toward home. The bookstore turns its sign around and prepares to close. A young couple shares an umbrella beneath the evening glow, as music drifts across the cafe from a radio below. The rush of the day begins to fade, like footprints disappearing along the rain-washed pavement. At 6 o'clock, the coffee was warm, and the world finally slowed down. The lights came on, the sky grew soft, and silence settled through the town. At 6 o'clock, the coffee was warm like an old familiar friend, and for a little while there was nowhere else I needed to be. Doesn't arrive all at once. Maybe it arrives slowly in warm coffee, soft music, and evenings that ask nothing from us. At 6 o'clock, the coffee was warm, and the day let go at last. The worries faded, the windows glowed, and the evening held me fast. At 6 o'clock, the coffee was warm, and somehow that was enough to make the whole world feel a little lighter than before. The cafe grows quiet, the sky turns deep, and the coffee grows cold. Six o'clock upon the city clock. The sky is fading into blue. The cafe windows glow like lanterns against the evening view. A cup of coffee waits beside me, sending little curls of steam, while the last light of the afternoon slips quietly downstream. The rush of the day begins to fade, like footprints disappearing along washed pavement. At 6 o'clock, the coffee was warm, and the world finally slowed down. The lights came on, the sky grew soft, and silence settled through the town. At 6 o'clock, the coffee was warm, like an old familiar friend. And for a little while, there was nowhere else I needed to be. Outside, the buses keep moving across the bridge toward home. The bookstore turns its sign around and prepares to close. A young couple shares an umbrella beneath the evening glow, as music drifts across the cafe from a radio below. The rush of the day begins to fade, like footprints disappearing along the rain-washed pavement. At 6 o'clock, the coffee was warm, and the world finally slowed down. The lights came on, the sky grew soft, and silence settled through the town. At 6 o'clock, the coffee was warm, like an old familiar friend. And for a little while, there was nowhere else I needed to be. Maybe peace doesn't arrive all at once. Maybe it arrives slowly in warm coffee, soft music, and evenings that ask nothing from us. At 6 o'clock, the coffee was warm, and the day let go at last. The worries faded, the windows closed, and the evening held me fast. At 6 o'clock, the coffee was warm, and somehow that was enough to make the whole world feel a little lighter than before. The cafe grows quiet, the sky turns deep, and the coffee grows cold.
The riverside path is growing quiet as the evening settles low. Streetlights bloom beside the water, casting silver on the flow. The cyclist disappears beyond me into the deepening blue. The city fades behind the trees as the sky changes hue. The river doesn't hurry, the river doesn't stay, yet somehow it always knows its way. The river kept moving, and somehow so did I. Past the old bridges, past the shadows, beneath the darkening sky. The river kept moving toward places it couldn't see. water like fingers tracing yesterday. A dog runs freely through the grass. At the end of the day, the first stars appear above the city. One by one they start to shine, and every step along the pathway feels lighter than before. The river doesn't hurry, the river doesn't stay, yet somehow it always knows its way. The river kept moving, and somehow so did I. Past the old bridges, past the shadows, beneath the darkening sky. The river kept moving toward places it couldn't see, and somewhere along the riverside path it carried a part of me. Maybe healing isn't forgetting, maybe it's learning to walk beside the memories without carrying their weight. The river kept moving, and somehow so did I. Not because the road was easy, not because I stopped asking why. The river kept moving through every season, changing blue, and somewhere along the riverside path the future came into view. The lights reflect, the night arrives, and the river moves on. The riverside path is growing quiet as the evening settles low. Streetlights bloom beside the water, casting silver on the flow. A cyclist disappears beyond me into the deepening blue. The city fades behind the trees as the sky changes hue. The river doesn't hurry, the river doesn't stay, yet somehow it always knows its way. The river kept moving, and somehow so did I. Past the old bridges, past the shadows, beneath the darkening sky. And somewhere along the riverside path it carried a part of me. The willow branches touch the water dog runs freely through the grass. At the end of the day, the first stars appear above the city. One by one they start to shine, and every step along the pathway feels lighter than before. The river doesn't hurry, the river doesn't stay, yet somehow it always knows its way. The river kept moving, and somehow so did I. Past the old bridges, past the shadows, beneath the darkening sky. The river kept moving toward places it couldn't see. And somewhere along the riverside path, it carried a part of me. Maybe healing isn't forgetting, maybe it's learning to walk beside the memories without carrying their weight. The river kept moving, and somehow so did I. Not because the road was easy, not because I stopped asking why. The river kept moving through every season, changing blue. And somewhere along the riverside path, the future came into view. The lights reflect, the night arrives, and the river moves on. The rooftops rest beneath the evening, wrapped in shades of navy blue. The city hum grows soft and distant as the night comes into view. A warm breeze moves between the houses, carrying the scent of pine. And somewhere past the apartment windows, the first small stars begin to shine. One by one the lights appear, like quiet promises across the air. The stars were always there, waiting for the city to slow down. Above the rooftops, above the streetlights, above the noise below, the stars were always there, shining softly through the blue. And for a moment everything I worried about felt smaller than it used to. A television flickers through a curtain on the fourth floor across the way. Someone waters plants upon a balcony at the end of the day. The moon rises above the skyline, silver on the summer air, and every rooftop seems connected by the same quiet sky we share. One by one the lights appear, like quiet promises across the air. The stars were always there, waiting for the city to slow down. city to slow down. Above the rooftops, above the memories, above the years gone by, the stars were always there, and somehow so was hope, hidden among the summer sky, waiting for us to look up. The city grows still, the stars grow bright, and the summer night remains. The rooftops rest beneath the evening, wrapped in shades of navy blue. The city hum grows soft and distant as the night comes into view. A warm breeze moves between the houses, carrying the scent of pine. And somewhere past the apartment windows, the first small stars begin to shine. One by one the lights appear, like quiet promises across the air. The stars were always there, waiting for the city to slow down. Above the rooftops, above the streetlights, above the noise below, the stars were always there, shining softly through the blue. And for a moment everything I worried about felt smaller than it used to. Television flickers through a curtain on the fourth floor across the way. Someone waters plants upon a balcony at the end of the day. The moon rises above the skyline, silver on the summer air, and every rooftop seems connected by the same quiet sky we share. One by one the lights appear, like quiet promises across the air. The stars were always there, waiting for the city to slow down. Above the rooftops, above the streetlights, above the noise below, the stars were always there, shining softly through the blue. And for a moment everything I worried about felt smaller than it used to. Perhaps peace isn't something we find, perhaps it's something we notice when the day becomes quiet enough to hear it. The stars were always there, waiting for the city to slow down. Above the rooftops, above the memories, above the years gone by, stars were always there, and somehow so was hope, hidden among the summer sky, waiting for us to look up. The city grows still, the stars grow bright, and the summer night across the evening glows beneath the summer sky. A small square of gold in the darkness, like a star that never says goodbye. The road is quiet after midnight. The trees are swaying in the breeze, and somewhere in the stillness the world finally seems at peace. The houses rest, the city sleeps, and every step feels lighter than before. The window light stayed on, as if it knew I was coming home. Through every long day, through every season, through roads I walked alone. The window light stayed on, like a promise softly made, and in its gentle glow, the weight of the world began to fade. A curtain moves behind the glass, touched by the summer night air. The flowers near the front gate still carry the warmth from earlier. The moon hangs above the rooftops, silver over every street, and all the scattered pieces of the day finally feel complete. The houses rest, the city sleeps, and every step feels lighter than before. The window light stayed on, as if it knew I was coming home. Through every long day, through every season, through roads I've walked alone. The window light stayed on, like a promise softly made, and in its gentle glow, the weight of the world began to fade. Maybe home is not a place, maybe it's the feeling that somewhere in this world a light is still waiting for us to arrive. The window light stayed on, as if it knew I was coming home. Not to yesterday, not to the past, but to the person I've become. The window light stayed on through every year gone by, and standing there beneath its glow, I finally understood why the smallest lights can guide us through the darkest nights. The window light remains, the night grows deep, and the heart comes home. The window light across the evening glows beneath the summer sky. A small square of gold in the darkness, like a star that never says goodbye. The road is quiet after midnight. The trees are swaying in the breeze, and somewhere in the stillness the world finally seems at peace. The houses rest, the city sleeps, and every step feels lighter shadows behind the glass, touched by the summer night air. The flowers near the front gate still carry the warmth from earlier. The moon hangs above the rooftops, silver over every street, and all the scattered pieces of the day finally feel complete. The houses rest, the city sleeps, and every step feels lighter than before. The window light stayed on, as if it knew I was coming home. Through every long day, through every season, through roads I walked alone, the window light stayed on, like a promise softly made. And in its gentle glow, the weight of the world began to fade. Maybe home is not a place, maybe it's the feeling that somewhere in this world a light is still waiting for us to arrive. The window light stayed on, as if it knew I was coming home. Not to yesterday, not to the past, but to the person I've become. The window light stayed on through every year gone by, and standing there beneath its glow, I finally understood why the smallest lights can guide us through the darkest nights. The window light remains, the night grows deep, and the heart comes home. A letter rests upon the windowsill beneath the pale July sunlight. Its paper holds the scent of cedar and 1,000 words I never wrote. Outside, the tall grass bends and shivers to the rhythm of the afternoon breeze. Clouds drip slowly above the river like small white boats at sea. I thought the years would carry everything away, like footprints disappearing after rain. But some names remain, like songs the wind remembers. The wind carried your name farther than any letter could, across the fields, across the river, beyond the neighborhood. The wind carried your name through every season passing by, and every time the summer breeze returns, I hear it in the sky. Mailbox waits beside the road, covered in climbing ivy vines. A swallow lands upon the fence, then disappears beyond the pines. The river glimmers in the distance, where sunlight dances on the waves. And somewhere past the rolling hills, another memory remains. I thought the years would carry everything away, like footprints disappearing after rain. But some names remain, like songs across the river, beyond the neighborhood. The wind carried your name through every season passing by, and every time the summer breeze returns, I hear it in the sky. Maybe not every letter needs a destination. Maybe some are meant to become part of the wind, part of the trees, part of the river, part of the world we leave behind. The wind carried your name farther than any letter could, not to bring me back, not to make me stay, but to remind me something good. The wind carried your name and gently set it free, like a bird disappearing into sunlight across the endless green. The letter stays, the window stays, but the wind moves on. A letter rests upon the windowsill, beneath the pale July sunlight. Its paper holds the scent of cedar and 1,000 words I never wrote. Outside, the tall grass bends and shivers to the rhythm of the afternoon breeze. Clouds drift slowly above the river, like small white boats at sea. I thought the years would carry everything away, like footprints disappearing after rain. But some names remain, like songs the wind remembers. The wind carried your name farther than any letter could, across the fields, across the river, beyond the neighborhood. The wind carried your name through every season passing by, and every time the summer breeze returns, I hear it in the sky. The mailbox waits beside the road, covered in climbing ivy vines. A swallow lands upon the fence, then disappears beyond the pines. The river glimmers in the distance, where sunlight dances on the waves. And somewhere past the rolling hills, another memory remains. I thought the years would carry everything away, like footprints disappearing after rain. But some names remain, like songs the wind remembers. The wind carried your name farther than any letter could, across the fields, across the river, beyond the neighborhood. The wind carried your name through every season passing by, and every time the summer breeze returns, maybe some are meant to become part of the wind, part of the trees, part of the river, part of the world we leave behind. The wind carried your name farther than any letter could, not to bring me back, not to make me stay, but to remind me something good. The wind carried your name and gently set it free, like a bird disappearing into sunlight across the endless green. The letter stays, the window stays, but the wind moves on. Wildflowers beside the river dance beneath the morning sun. No one planted them here, yet they bloom for everyone. The water moves in silver ribbons past the stones along the shore, carrying pieces of the sky to places never seen before. The breeze arrives without a warning, the clouds drift slowly overhead, and suddenly the world feels lighter than it did yesterday. Knew how to bloom without being seen, without applause, without a reason, beyond the endless green. The wildflowers knew how to bloom and somehow taught me too that some of the most beautiful things simply grow because they do. A bicycle rests beneath a willow near the bend beyond the stream. Dragonflies move through the sunlight like fragments of a summer dream. Children laugh across the meadow, their voices carried by the air, and for a moment all the worries feel smaller than they were. The breeze arrives without a warning, the clouds drift slowly overhead, and suddenly the world feels lighter than it did yesterday. The wildflowers knew how to bloom without being seen, without applause, without a reason, beyond the endless green. The wildflowers knew how to bloom and somehow taught me too that some of the most beautiful things simply grow because they do. The river never asks where it's going, the flowers never ask if they're enough. Maybe happiness is quieter than we imagine. The wildflowers knew how to bloom without being seen, through every season, through through every rain, through every changing scene. The wildflowers knew how to bloom and left their colors in the air. Now every time the summer returns, I find them waiting there. The river keeps flowing, the sunlight stays warm, and the wildflowers sway. Wildflowers beside the river dance beneath the morning sun. No one planted them here, yet they bloom for everyone. The water moves in silver ribbons past the stones along the shore, carrying pieces of the sky to places never seen before. The breeze arrives without a warning, the clouds drift slowly overhead, and suddenly the world feels lighter than it did yesterday. The wildflowers knew how to bloom without being seen, without applause, without a reason, beyond the endless green. The wildflowers knew how to bloom and somehow taught me too that some of the most beautiful things simply grow because they do. A bicycle rests beneath a willow near the bend beyond the stream. Dragonflies move through the sunlight like fragments of a summer dream. Children laugh across the meadow, their voices carried by the air, and for a moment all the worries feel smaller than they were. The breeze arrives without a warning, the clouds drift slowly overhead, and suddenly the world feels lighter than it did yesterday. The wildflowers knew how to bloom without being seen, without applause, without a reason, beyond the endless green. The wildflowers knew how to bloom and somehow taught me too that some of the most beautiful things simply grow because they do. The river never asks where it's going, the flowers never ask if they're enough. Maybe happiness is quieter than we imagine. The wildflowers knew how to bloom without being seen, through every season, through every rain, through every changing scene. The wildflowers knew how to bloom and left their colors in the air. Now every time the summer returns, I find them waiting there. The window stood open all afternoon to the scent of grass and rain-washed trees. Somewhere inside an old apartment, a melody drifted into the breeze. It floated over quiet rooftops, past bicycles and garden gates, like a small bird carrying sunlight across the neighborhood for days. The curtains danced, the leaves replied, and suddenly the whole street seemed alive. The song drifted out the window, and the whole summer followed, across the gardens, across the rooftops, beyond the fields of gold. The song drifted out the window like a memory set free, and every note carried a little more light back to me. A cat slept beneath the maple shadows near the fence beside the lane. Children drew chalk flowers on the pavement before the evening rain. The sky turned soft with amber colors as the day began to slow, and still the distant melody followed wherever I would go. The curtains danced, the leaves replied, and suddenly the whole street seemed alive. The song drifted out the window, and the whole summer followed, across the gardens, across the rooftops, beyond the fields of gold. The song drifted out the window like a memory set free, and every note carried a little more light back to me. There are songs we never learn completely, yet somehow know by heart. They stay hidden in the seasons, waiting for the right breeze to return. The song drifted out the window, and the whole summer followed, through every sunset, through every shadow, through every winding road. The song drifted out the window and lingered in the air. Now whenever the warm wind passes by, I still hear it there. The window stays open, the evening grows slow, and the melody goes on. The window stood open all afternoon to the scent of grass and rain-washed trees. Somewhere inside an old apartment, a melody drifted into the breeze. It floated over quiet rooftops, past bicycles and garden gates, like a small bird carrying sunlight across the neighborhood for days. The curtains danced, the leaves replied, and suddenly the whole street seemed alive. drifted out the window, and the whole summer followed. Across the gardens, across the rooftops, beyond the fields of gold, a song drifted out the window like a memory set free, and every note carried a little more light back to me. A cat slept beneath the maple shadows near the fence beside the lane. Children drew chalk flowers on the pavement before the evening rain. The sky turned soft with amber colors as the day began to slow, and still the distant melody followed wherever I would go. The curtains danced, the leaves replied, and suddenly the whole street seemed alive. The song drifted out the window, and the whole summer followed. Across the gardens, across the rooftops, beyond the fields of gold, the song drifted out the window like a memory set free, and every note carried a little more light back to me. There are songs we never learn completely, yet somehow know by heart. They stay hidden in the seasons, waiting for the right breeze to return. The song drifted out the window, and the whole summer followed. Through every sunset, through every shadow, through every winding road, the song drifted out the window and lingered in the air. Now whenever the warm wind passes by, I still hear it there. The window stays open, the evening grows slow, and the melody goes on. The bench beneath the maple tree waits beside the riverside path. Its wooden boards are worn smooth by seasons that have slowly passed. The leaves are moving in the sunlight like pages turning in the air. And somewhere in the afternoon, a memory is waiting there. The river keeps the sky reflected, the wind keeps moving through the leaves, and something in this quiet place still remembers me. The bench is still there, holding an afternoon we forgot to take home. The bench is still there, keeping the laughter long after we were gone. And every autumn leaf that falls seems to know where it belongs. The bench is still there, holding an afternoon inside the maple song. Bicycle passes down the pathway, then disappears beyond the bend. The river gathers pieces of sunlight and carries them again. The shadows stretch across the meadow as golden hour starts to glow. The world becomes a little softer than the busy world I know. The river keeps the sky reflected, the wind keeps moving through the leaves, and something in this quiet place still remembers me. The bench is still there, holding an afternoon we forgot to take home. The bench is still there, keeping the laughter long after we were gone. And every autumn leaf that falls seems to know where it belongs. The bench is still there, holding an afternoon inside the maple song. Maybe memories don't disappear, maybe they settle quietly into the places that once held them, waiting for us to return. The bench is still there, holding an afternoon, but never truly left. The bench is still there, keeping the sunlight between its weathered steps. And though the years have wandered far beyond the roads we've known, the bench beneath the maple tree still feels a little like home. The leaves keep falling, the river keeps flowing, and the bench remains. The bench beneath the maple tree waits beside the riverside path. Its wooden boards are worn smooth by seasons that have slowly passed. The leaves are moving in the sunlight like pages turning in the air. And somewhere in the afternoon a memory is waiting there. The river keeps the sky reflected, the wind keeps moving through the leaves, and something in this quiet place still remembers me. The bench is still there, holding an afternoon we forgot to take home. The bench is still there, keeping the laughter long after we were gone. And every autumn leaf that falls seems to know where it belongs. The bench is still there, holding an afternoon inside the maple song. A bicycle passes down the pathway and disappears beyond the bend. The river gathers pieces of sunlight and carries them again. The shadows stretch across the meadows, golden hour starts to glow. The world becomes a little softer than the busy world I know. The river keeps the sky reflected, the wind keeps moving through the leaves, and something in this quiet place still remembers me. The bench is still there, holding an afternoon we forgot to take home. The bench is still there, keeping the laughter long after we were gone. And every autumn leaf that falls seems to know where it belongs. The bench is still there, holding an afternoon inside the maple song. Maybe memories don't disappear, maybe they settle quietly into the places that once held them, waiting for us to return. The bench is still there, holding an afternoon that never truly left. The bench is still there, keeping the sunlight between its weathered steps. And though the years have wandered far beyond the roads we've known, the bench beneath the maple tree still feels a little like home. The leaves keep falling, the river keeps flowing, and the bench remains. Summer light upon the curtain lace paints little rivers on the floor. The afternoon drifts slowly by like a boat beyond the shore. A teacup cools beside the window, the pages of a book lie still. Outside, the cicada sings softly across the distant hill. The room is filled with golden colors, the kind that never seem to stay, and somehow that makes them more beautiful today. The sunlight stayed a while inside the curtain lace, turning ordinary moments into something hard to replace. The sunlight stayed a while before it slipped away, leaving little pieces of summer in every corner it touched that day. The maple shadows move gently across the photographs on the shelf. A warm breeze wanders through the window like an old friend passing by. Somewhere a radio is playing a melody from years ago, the kind that arrives without a reason and never really goes. The room is filled with golden colors, the kind that never seem to stay, and somehow that makes them more beautiful today. The sunlight stayed a while inside the curtain lace, turning ordinary moments into something hard to replace. The sunlight stayed a while before it slipped away, leaving little pieces gentle breeze, and enough time to notice them. The sunlight stayed a while inside the curtain lace, like a memory that never asks for more than a little space. The sunlight stayed a while, and though the day has gone, its warmth remains upon the room long after moving on. The curtain sways, the evening comes, and the light lingers on. Summer light upon the curtain lace paints little rivers on the floor. The afternoon drifts slowly by like a boat beyond the shore. A teacup cools beside the window. The pages of a book lie still. Outside, the cicadas sing softly across the distant hill. The room is filled with golden colors, the kind that never seem to stay, and somehow that makes them more beautiful today. The sunlight stayed a while inside the curtain lace, turning ordinary moments into something hard to replace. The sunlight stayed a while before it slipped away, leaving little pieces of summer in every corner it touched that day. The maple shadows move gently across the photographs on the shelf. A warm breeze wanders through the window like an old friend passing by. Somewhere a radio is playing a melody from years ago, the kind that arrives without a reason and never really goes. The room is filled with golden colors, the kind that never seem to stay, and somehow that makes them more beautiful today. The sunlight stayed a while inside the curtain lace, turning ordinary moments into something hard to replace. The sunlight stayed a while before it slipped away, leaving little pieces of summer in every corner it touched that day. Maybe happiness isn't a grand occasion. Maybe it's sunlight on a quiet afternoon, a familiar song, a gentle breeze, and enough time to notice them. The sunlight stayed a while inside the curtain lace, like a memory that never asks for more than a little space. The sunlight stayed a while, and though the day has gone, its warmth remains upon the room long after moving on. The curtain sways, the evening comes, and the light lingers on. move quietly across the bay. The lanterns fade into the distance as the night gives way to day. The sea is painted pale silver beneath the sky still half asleep. The waves carry small reflections of promises they choose to keep. The shoreline slowly disappears behind the drifting white. Yet something in the open water feels like light. The boats kept moving even when the shore disappeared, following the morning beyond the things they fear. The boats kept moving across the endless blue, and somewhere in their quiet journey I learned to move on too. Seagulls circle above the harbor, their voices carried by the wind. The tide arrives without hesitation and returns again. A fisherman unties the ropes and watches daylight touch the sea like every new horizon, holding a possibility. The shoreline slowly disappears behind the drifting white. It's something in the open water feels like light. The boats kept moving even when the shore disappeared, following the morning beyond the things they fear. The boats kept moving across the endless blue, and somewhere in their quiet journey I learned to move on too. The fog never asks the sea where it is going. The sea never asks the wind why it must change. Maybe that is how life moves forward, one gentle wave at a time. The boats kept moving even when the shore disappeared, not because they had all the answers, but because the morning was here. The boats kept moving toward a sky washed clean and new, and somewhere beyond the fading fog the world opened into view. The fog grows thinner, the sea grows bright, and the boats sail on. The boats beyond the morning fog move quietly across the bay. Their lanterns fade into the distance as the night gives way to day. The sea is painted pale silver beneath the sky still half asleep. The waves carry small reflections of promises they choose to keep. The shoreline slowly disappears behind the drifting white. Yet something in the open water feels like light. The boats kept moving even when the shore disappeared, following the morning beyond the things they feared. The boats kept moving across the endless blue, and somewhere in their quiet journey I learned to move on too. Seagulls circle above the harbor, their voices carried by the wind. The tide arrives without hesitation, then returns again. A fisherman unties the ropes and watches daylight touch the sea, like every new horizon holding a possibility. The shoreline slowly disappears behind the drifting white, yet something in the open water feels like light. The boats kept moving even when the shore disappeared, following the morning beyond the things they feared. The boats kept moving across the endless blue, and somewhere in their quiet journey I learned to move on too. Yeah. The fog never asks the sea where it is going. The sea never asks the wind why it must change. Maybe that is how life moves forward, one gentle wave at a time. The boats kept moving even when the shore disappeared, not because they had all the answers, but because the morning was here. The boats kept moving toward a sky washed clean and new, and somewhere beyond the fading fog the world opened into view. The fog grows thinner, the sea grows bright, and the boats sail on. The meadow rests beneath the evening, wrapped in shades of blue and gold. The last light lingers on the grasses as the air begins to cool. A distant stream moves through the valley, like a song too soft to keep. And somewhere in the growing twilight, the first small lantern starts to blink. One light, then another, like tiny stars learning to fly. The fireflies appeared, and and the night forgot to be dark, turning quiet fields into a sky full of sparks. The fireflies appeared, dancing slowly through the air, and suddenly the whole world felt lighter than before. The willow shadows stretch across the meadow, moving gently with the breeze. Crickets sing their summer chorus beneath the sleeping trees. The moon rises above the hillside, casting silver on the stream, and every glowing firefly feels like part of a dream. One light, then another, like tiny stars learning to fly. The fireflies appeared, and the night forgot to be dark, turning quiet fields into a sky full of sparks. The fireflies appeared, dancing slowly through the air, and suddenly the whole world felt lighter than before. Perhaps wonder never leaves us. Perhaps it simply waits in summer evenings and forgotten places, for us to slow down enough to notice. The fireflies appeared, and the night forgot to be dark, lighting little pathways across the meadow's heart. The fireflies appeared like memories glowing anew, and beneath their gentle light, everything felt beautifully true. The meadow grows still, the stars grow bright, and the fireflies remain. The meadow rests beneath the evening, wrapped in shades of blue and gold. The last light lingers on the grasses as the air begins to cool. A distant stream moves through the valley like a song too soft to keep. And somewhere in the growing twilight, the first small lantern starts to blink. One light, then another, like tiny stars learning to fly. The fireflies appeared, and the night forgot to be dark, turning quiet fields into a sky full of sparks. The fireflies appeared, dancing slowly through the air, and suddenly the whole world felt lighter than before. The willow shadows stretch across the meadow, moving gently with the breeze. Crickets sing their the sleeping trees. The moon rises above the hillside, casting silver on the stream, and every glowing firefly feels like part of a dream. One light and another, like tiny stars learning to fly. The fireflies appeared, and the night forgot to be dark, turning quiet fields into a sky full of sparks. The fireflies appeared, dancing slowly through the air, and suddenly the whole world felt lighter than before. Perhaps wonder never leaves us. Perhaps it simply waits in summer evenings and forgotten places for us to slow down enough to notice. The fireflies appeared, and the night forgot to be dark, lighting little pathways across the meadow's heart. The fireflies appeared like memories glowing anew, and beneath their gentle light, everything felt beautifully true. The meadow grows still, the stars grow bright, and the fireflies remain. The porch light still glowing at the end of the gravel road shines through the summer darkness like a story already known. The garden sleeps beneath the moonlight, the roses fold their petals tight. Only the crickets keep singing through the quiet of the night. The wind moves softly through the maple leaves, and every shadow seems gentler than it used to be. The porch light stayed on just in case someone needed to come home. Through the rain, through the years, through roads unknown, the porch light stayed on like a promise softly made. And somehow in its golden glow, every worry slipped away. A rocking chair rests near the doorway, beside a cup left on the rail. The scent of pine drifts through the evening, carried by the summer air. The stars gather over the hillside like lanterns hung in the sky. And somewhere beyond the darkness, the world finally feels alright. The wind moves softly through the maple leaves, and every shadow seems gentler than it used to be. The porch light stayed on just in case someone needed to come home. Through the rain, through the years, through roads unknown, the porch light stayed on like a promise softly made. And somehow in its golden glow, every worry slipped away. Maybe home porch light stayed on, just in case someone needed to come home. Not to yesterday, not to the past, but to the person they have become. The porch light stayed on through every season passing by, and standing in its gentle light, I finally understood why the night grows deeper, the stars shine above, and the porch light still glows. Porch light still glowing at the end of the gravel road, shines through the summer darkness like a story already known. The garden sleeps beneath the moonlight, the roses fold their petals tight, only the crickets keep singing through the quiet of the night. The wind moves softly through the maple leaves, and every shadow seems gentler than it used to be. The porch light stayed on, just in case someone needed to come home. Through the rain, through the years, through roads unknown, the porch light stayed on like a promise softly made, and somehow in its golden glow, every worry slipped away. A rocking chair rests near the doorway, beside a cup left on the rail. The scent of pine drifts through the evening, carried by the summer air. The stars gather over the hillside like lanterns hung in the sky, and somewhere beyond the darkness, the world finally feels alright. The wind moves softly through the maple leaves, and every shadow seems gentler than it used to be. The porch light stayed on, just in case someone needed to come home. Through the rain, through the years, through roads unknown, the porch light stayed on like a promise softly made, and somehow in its golden glow, every worry slipped away. Maybe home is not a place we find, maybe it is a feeling waiting quietly at the edge of every long journey, with the light still on. The porch light stayed on, just in case someone needed to come home. Not to yesterday, not to the past, but to the person they have become. The porch light stayed on through every season passing by, and standing in its gentle light, I finally understood why. The night grows deeper, the stars shine above, and the porch light still glows.